All right. Hey, how's it, everybody? It is 4:07. Sorry about that, you guys. It is 4 p.m. West Coast time. I'm thinking 7 p.m. on that there East Coast, 1 p.m. in the Hawaii area, and 6 p.m. for our Central Time folk. I am Ed Statter. This is Chatter with Statter, and we have got a bunch of the Statterbox crew hanging out, waiting for me to just show up to my own flipping party. Sorry about that, you guys. I was downloading a video that I was editing at the very last second, and then things and stuff happened. So, let's see here. We have got Shock in the house testing all sorts of things, and it looks like maybe the testing is not working, which is really too bad because we tried to fix the problem, but we'll touch on that later. First, I want to say hello to Gina Gamba, and then I would like to say hello to Darlene. And it looks like we've got Darlene and we've got Elaine coming in on the YouTube side. And Felicia also on the YouTube side saying hello to everyone. Darlene's going to be Small Kind K, finishing eating dinner, turkey burgers, green beans, and wild rice. That sounds delicious. I was thinking about making some hamburger steak tonight with some mushrooms and some onions with some rice. And, you know what? I have green beans. I think I might have green beans too. Darlene, I think you just told me what I'm having for dinner. All right, so let's see here. Felicia, I believe I said hi, but I'm going to say Felicia hi again. And so Stream Element says, Shakalolo is pouting in the corner, testing chat commands. Actually, not exactly sure how that came out, if Shock is the one that's doing that magic stuff, but all right. We've got someone pouting in the corner. We've got a kitty right here, and we will maybe get to see her. Shock, she's not saying that I had Wednesday birria tacos again, but I had birria tacos again. Yes, that does not surprise me one little bit. That is so cute. So, Darlene, I see you had to do a quick dinner because you watched the two grandkids today, and they just got picked up. Got it. Well, I don't know how long the grandkids were with you, but I do have a little video and some pictures that Darlene sent to us, and it looks like Pulani 609 Local is coming in, doing cake. She got dinner, and loving my great fancy hair apparently. And all right, we just saw an ear and a tail of the Ash's kitty. So what I'm gonna do before we get the party started, I'm gonna make her say hello. She is saying hello. Actually, she's not saying hello. She's saying goodbye. Or she will be in a little bit. See, look at her saying goodbye. Oh, Mom. All right, so now that we've tormented the cat, let's get the party started, shall we? All right, so to be clear, by the way, my friends, the cat that's in the intro video is not my cat. It's just some random cat off of the internet that Andy Bumatai grabbed when he made that amazing, incredible intro. And yeah, that's right. It's been 2 years and the intro hasn't changed. You know why the intro hasn't changed? Because first off, it's an awesome intro. Second off, it's got black cats. And third off, I certainly couldn't make a better intro than that. So there you have it, rabbits. And Pulani, is that cat a Bombay? You had a Bombay named Bobby Socks. That's so cute. Nope, the kitty is not a Bombay. In fact, the kitty is just a stray cat from the wilderness. The mom was a mostly white with some silver tabby splotches. The dad was an all-black cat. And the reason why we're assuming the dad was the all-black cat is because all of the white kittens were black. So we think it was one father litter, which is not always how that happens with cats. And we think that the black cat was the sole paternal, shall we say, donor for that particular litter. And so Ashes and Dusty are both legitimate, bona fide litter mates from the same wild feral backyard cats that my barista is the one who had the mom cat, so that cat wasn't really wild or feral, but the black cat was the wild and feral. And so yes, the paternal donor, he was a wild feral black cat, and so my cats still have some of those little wild feral outdoor kitty cat traits, which I think is why that they get along so well with other wild feral outdoor kitty cat types, because they know what's up. They've been there in their past lives, in their previous generations. Their forefathers lived like that. That's right. So, all right, you guys. We have a couple fun things to talk about. We've got a Halloween situation that we're going to show off. We've got a booze situation that we're going to talk about. And if we have time, we will go back to an old-fashioned Wednesday topic, Whale Talk Wednesday, if we got the time. And yes, indeedy. So we've got Shock throwing down the details about Andy Bumatai. However, alas, however you say that, not a loss, that's for sure. Well, you know what? It is a loss, because we have a bit of a loss with Andy Bumatai's latest incarnation. So it looks like James Monet will not be co-hosting with Andy Bumatai anymore. Andy's going to be focusing on more pre-produced videos that he gets to edit and things like that. I totally support Andy in that endeavor. However, I am going to miss James a lot, because James and Andy really work well together. Such a great comedy duo. If I could have James come on my stream every day, I would be super stoked. However, if that were the case, James would probably take over, because he's a professional comedian and I'm not. But that's okay. That's okay. James might be your favorite, Shock, but alas, he's going to have to come up with his own stream now, because it sounds like Andy, when he gets back up and running, will be basically doing something completely different, which shouldn't surprise any of us, because Andy's show has been evolving so much over the past 4 years. I've enjoyed every iteration of it. I hope you guys have too. I don't know when Andy's newest endeavor will be coming up. He said sometime in November. We'll see. I don't know if he's going to be changing his schedule at all. But one thing I can say is we might, assuming it doesn't conflict with Andy, I'm thinking next week on Wednesday, we might move back up to our 5 p.m. slot. So we won't be as chaotic as we have been, which is 4 p.m. Wednesday, 5 p.m. Sunday, 6 p.m. Saturday for the movie. Instead, it'll just be back to 5 p.m. West Coast time for the chat show, Wednesday and Sunday, 6 p.m. for the movie. This idea is subject to change, but until we learn more, let's just assume Wednesday. Is Wednesday November 1st? I don't know. Let's look at looking at my calendar here. I think Wednesday is November 1st. Okay, so Wednesday, November 1st, we'll be back at 5 p.m. West Coast time. If I hear between now and then that Andy is going to be on starting November 1st, and if he's going to use his regular 6 p.m. time, well then we're going to go back to the 4 p.m. But right now, with what we know, and we don't know much, but right now, let's just assume we're going to see each other at 5 p.m. West Coast time on Wednesday, November 1st. I had someone, I believe it was Misty, Lady Misty, comment on one of my YouTube videos. I don't ever know when you're going live. And quite honestly, I can't blame her. So hopefully we can get things a little bit more lined up so it's not as chaotic. Now, once daylight savings time happens, we're still gonna be, you know what? We'll talk about that when that happens. And yeah, Gina, everybody, I think, I mean, how can you not love James? Right? And now, Shock, you're saying ARG. You've got a quadrillion reasons to be saying ARG, from my changing my schedule to daylight savings screwing up the schedule to Andy screwing up his schedule because he's doing things and stuff. ARG, daylight savings time. Okay. Or what I am wondering is, hey, is the chatbot for YouTube working the way you hoped it would once we fiddled with things? Chuck and I just the other day fiddled in the background and tried to fix a problem that I didn't realize we had, but because she's tech savvy, she did realize we had it. And, okay, and so chatbot is not working on YouTube. I had a feeling that was the case, and I had a feeling that that was what the ARG was about. So, double ARG for reasons and such. All right, well, I guess we'll have to spend some time to figure that out later. Okay, you guys, so let's see here. We have got Halloween coming up in the mix, and our roving reporters on the street, i.e. Rick and Darlene, they have a house in their neighborhood. I don't know if it's in their neighborhood, but it's near enough in their neighborhood that they go check out this house every year. And last year, I believe it was a Beetlejuice theme. This year, it's a very different theme than Beetlejuice. So I want to see, I want to show off this video that Darlene gave. But before that, Rick's coming in saying, I hope Andy will have James back as a guest at least one more time so we can say goodbye. Yeah, I hope so too. I can only assume that Andy's going to be vaguely open to having guests, since he does obviously have the equipment and the technological savvy to have two people in the studio. So I do hope that he will come back as a guest for just even, one tiny minute. And hey there, Bacola T, saying hello to me, who's been in the presence of Mr. Momoa right there. That's right. We're going to talk about that later on. But first, I want to show off what Rick and Darlene did this week when they went not trick-or-treating, but just Halloween house looking at. Oh, okay, hold on. Before we go into the video, Pacola T, wait, what? Came in late, and what's this about James? Pacola T, okay, so last night, Andy Bumatai from Daily Pidgin Live, as I'm sure you know, he put out a video on his YouTube channel explaining that there's going to be changes within the Daily Pidgin Live structure, and James is no longer going to be co-host. To be 1000% clear, Andy did not mention any animosity between the two of them. It sounded like it was a decision that Andy came to on his own, out of sympathy for James. James is driving, halfway across the island 5 days a week, and he is not getting paid 1 cent for it. The Daily Pidgin Live isn't, making money yet, and so, as Andy said in his video, it's one thing for me to have a great hobby that might turn into money, but it's another thing entirely for him to expect to have James on the ball every day, the way he has when he's unable to offer James any kind of compensation. And so, this might have been a mutual decision between James and Andy. I don't know. But Andy's going to focus more on pre-produced material. Now, this is just me assuming. This is me conjecturing. This is not a thing that Andy has even hinted at. But I do wonder if Andy's going to cut back on some Daily Pidgin Live days. Instead of doing it 5 days a week, it takes some time to pre-produce stuff. So I do wonder if he is going to cut back to maybe 2 or 3 times a week. This is me wondering. I don't know. I have no inside knowledge. Do not quote me. This is not, as far as I know, this is not on the books. This is not how it's going to be. This is me wondering. Because pre-produced stuff takes a while to make. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So what we do know is more pre-produced stuff when Daily Pidgin comes back. Andy gets to edit videos again like he really likes. And James will no longer be the co-host. That is all I know. So, and so let's see here. As I just went and babbled, let's see if I missed anything. And then Picolati, exactly. James is also a caregiver, and his daughter is back in town. And he is, not only is he a caregiver for his mom, James is also a coach for a local football team, and then his daughter is living with them again. And so I'm not sure if that means James needs to come up with more dinero to help pay for his daughter, or what's going on, or if, you know, I don't know what's going on with James, but I do know that James has a multitude of other responsibilities in his life, and, you know, Andy recognizes that, and if you can't, give out some money, sometimes it's just like, I feel like I'm taking advantage of you, man. And, you know, so hopefully this evolution is all for the best. We'll see what the latest iteration of Daily Pidgin Live is. And there you go. There you go. All right, Deb Case coming in, eating dinner and watching. Might leave early. That's okay. That is okay. Super stoked that you were here to for at least just a little bit of a minute. And let's see here. Shock is hypothesizing that looking at the graphics on that new video today, I'm pretty sure he's going to be geeking out with some new software. I don't know if that's the case, but what I do know is that is very consistent with what we know of Andy Bumatai. So, who knows exactly the details of the details? We will find out sometime soon. In the meantime, you're stuck here with me, I'm stuck here with you, and I'm not stuck because I'm excited every day that we get to hang out together. So please, I don't mean stuck. I mean loving to hang out and loving to get content from all y'all, which is what we've got right now. We've got a video from Rick and Darlene, and then we've got a bunch of different, what are they called? They're called pictures. But first, boom, let's do the video. Boop.
Here we go. Scared me.
All right, so that was crazy. And so, Darlene, every week there's a new weekly Misfortune puzzle to solve. It's interactive. Awesome. I thought I saw that in the picture that you sent of the rules. So let's look a little bit closer at some of these pictures that Darlene got. Or maybe we will. All right, yes, now we will. There's the little scary pop-up pumpkin. And there's it looks like, I guess, Dracula is the host of the show, the Pat Sajak, as it were. Or I suppose that vampire, is he Bat Sajak? And so let's see here. The Wheel of Misfortune rules, got it. And there's a little demon up there at the top. And I have to say, I really enjoy this theme because the bar that I go to every night we watch The Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. And so this is a very, very good little Halloween theme. And Rick, Bat Sajak, I'm glad that you got the haha emote out for that. That was just such a bad joke. I had to do it. And Pacola T, your goddaughter, shares photos of a neighbor's yard. Each day the skeleton is in a new theme and position. Oh, that is so cute. Oh, that is just amazing. I am just so amazed at how many people go out for their Halloween and Christmas decorations, and the amazing displays. I mean, just look at that. It looks like the neighbor kind of got in on it too. The neighbor has the little zombie guy or skeleton guy watching TV, watching The Wheel of Misfortune on TV. And then the actual studio is over there in the other yard. So that is a great setup. And Poolani, you watch Jeopardy every night too? Actually, I don't watch it every night because I didn't watch it on Monday night because it had stupid Monday Night Football. But aside from that, I watch it just about every night. And yeah, there we go, Darlene. There's a skeleton watching on the TV the program with this black cat. Oh, I didn't see the black cat. So flippin' cute. I love it. Yeah, this is just a great little display. And what I really enjoy about this display is it's obviously full on Halloween themed, but it's not like gory or really, really spooky. It's just fun, you know? I'm not really a big fan of the displays that are heavy on the blood and gore and like murdering motif. That's just, it's like, yeah, you put a lot of effort into that, but it's not, and you can quote me on that. But this one's good. And let's see here. Gina, you tried auditioning for Jeopardy in real life one time when they did a contestant search in DC. You didn't get in because the test is timed and you weren't fast enough. Yeah, I have no doubt that that's exactly, well, one of the many things that could happen to me. The people at my bar are just like, you should try out from, Jeopardy. Because I know a lot of the answers. But first off, I don't know enough of the answers to even think about qualifying for Jeopardy. And second off, even if you know all the answers, once you're in that moment, you know nothing. My brain would just be like, you've completely erased everything that you thought you knew. I wouldn't even know my name if I was on Jeopardy. So I do want to try out if it ever does come my way, but I have absolutely no expectations for making it to Jeopardy, because it's one thing to be sitting in a bar and not losing any money when you're wrong, and it's a completely different thing to actually play that game. Exactly, Poolani. I'm good with the answers, but you could never do it on camera. Totally. And also, I agree. I don't like the horror. I just like the fun. So let's see here. Oh my, Pacola T. You took the grandkiddos to a cakey haunted house, paid $30 for 2 kids, and they were done in less than 10 minutes. Oh know, dude. That seems kind of like, that's more than $1 a minute. I mean, I guess it's like $1.50 a minute. No, I feel like they could have done more. I feel like that was a little bit more expensive than it should have been. But I also don't know because I didn't see the house, so I have no idea. But did the kids have a good time? Were they just the right amount of scared? Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that cost ratio of dollars spent versus time in the house. I have to stroke my imaginary beard over that one. Yeah, that's an imaginary beard stroker right there. So let's see here. So Darlene, 2 years ago, the theme was Ghostbusters with all the characters. It was so realistic. It was like off the movie scene. Wow. They must spend, I'll bet you that family spends all year planning their next Halloween display. And hey, Pussycat, so good to see you. I thought of you yesterday. You know why. I'll tell you more details later. And let's see here. Gina, right, lots of stuff, but would freeze up on camera. Absolutely. I would too. I'm sitting here in front of a camera, live streaming in front of all y'all, and even I know that on that situation, I would just be like, yeah. And so let's see here. Rick, no need to try out for Jeopardy in person. Pretty sure it's an online application. It's a multi-phased application. Not that I've looked into it or anything, Rick. It's a multi-phased application. It does start out online traditionally, but like Gina said, they were actually going city to city, and sometimes they do just the in-person auditions and skipping the online part. Or rather, they don't skip the online part so much as they do the online part in person all in one fell swoop. But you're right, you do have to jump through normally you have to jump through the online hoop before you can even think about the in-person audition. And and Shock is asking the 8-Ball, are haunted houses too expensive? And the 8-Ball says, maybe feels bad, man. I don't know what that means. But Bacola T was saying the kids were just happy to have a treat bag at the end. Pretty expensive candy, if you ask me. I agree. And there you go, Pussycat. The real scary part is that they have your money. And let's see here. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised, Darlene. Exactly. Not only, I would be willing to bet that as they're getting this year's theme ready, that they're already deciding on next year's theme. Like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it takes a year and a half of planning just to get one Halloween's perfection, as it were. So let's see here. Okay, yeah, Gina, it's multi-phase when you tried. You did the online part first and timed out. Right, exactly. And Rick, you called in to take one Jeopardy test a long time ago. Total flop. It happens. And let's see here. Darlene, you went to an adult haunted house and got so freaked out you'll not go to another one. Scared the heck out of you. Yeah, I don't, some of the haunted houses definitely look like they would not be to my taste. And we'll leave that. We'll leave it at that. And then Felicia coming in with the pro tip. We buy Reese's cups every year in case we have trick-or-treaters, but you live in the sticks, so Tony gets the candy every year. Gonna assume Tony likes peanut butter cups, which is why you guys buy the peanut butter cups. And yeah, that's a beautiful plan. But I guess my next question is for you there, Felicia. What type of peanut butter cups, meaning, are you getting the little miniature ones? Or are you giving them the full-size candy bars? Or are you giving them the big cups? Do you know what I'm talking about with the big cups? They're like double-sized. They're the regular size Reese's peanut butter cup, but they're like double tall. And those are my favorite ones because they have the perfect ratio of peanut butter to chocolate. The big cups. And then the ones that are individually wrapped in foil, they are my second favorite because of the ratio of chocolate to peanut butter. And Shock, how did you do that? How did you make my thing black and white? My Zippy Fun Boy is supposed to be in color. How did you make a black and white version? Did you make a black and white version of your own? Do we have two Zippies Fun Boys? Oh, neat. And Poolani, exactly. Ratio is very important when it comes to your chocolate peanut butter mix. And Pussycat, yes, you have Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights in Orlando. 10 different scary movies in one night. Yes, and I was just talking to a guy at the bar about the Universal Studios one, and he really enjoys them, the Universal Studios haunted houses, because he knows that those people aren't allowed to touch you. Whereas at other haunted houses, those actors are allowed to touch you. And I don't want to be touched. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. In fact, if you touch me, I might elbow you, and that won't be on purpose. So consider yourself warned. And oh my goodness, I didn't know that you use modify emote channel point redemption. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. Oh, and now you made Nelson the little ha-has to all black and white. I was gonna say all empty, but he's not empty. And let's see here. All right, it's 900 points to do that. And yeah, exactly, Picola T. Don't touch me, especially in the dark, unless we're married. Yeah, well, I'm not married, so we don't necessarily have to worry about the marriage part, but don't touch me in the dark unless you have my permission. Oh, my sunglasses plumeria. That's so cute. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, you know, exactly, Darlene. How do you do that? I've got the points. Lord knows, if you're anything like me, you've got the points. I have so many channel points, and I don't really know how to redeem them. Like, what? I don't really see the purpose or the point of channel points, but now I see they're kind of fun. And Pussycat, your daughter has been there many times this year with her pass for unlimited use with the whole time they're open. Yeah, when the guy at the bar was talking about that, I was totally thinking about you and your daughter, Pussycat, and how the locals around there use that, you know, they really enjoy that after hours haunted situation during October at Universal Studios. And so let's see here. Shock. I won't say I swept my ex when he tickled me on the way out of a place, but his head about cracked the concrete. Oh, right. Yeah. And you didn't mean to do it either. Yeah, you know, sometimes those instant reactions happen out of nowhere. I had a friend in college who, I don't remember what particular martial art she studied, but she studied martial arts. And one day after her training at the dojo, she decided to go out to a bar, and her friends were, her friends were dressed up. she was just in sweatpants and a tank top and all sweaty and gross. You know, she wasn't going out to pick up dudes. She was just going out to go out. Her friends were going out to look all pretty and everything, but she wasn't. So, something happened in the line at the bar, and some chick, like, gave her some guff about how she was dressed, and then, it got a little physical, and then the next thing you know, apparently, my friend was like, so, I kicked her in the face, and broke her nose, and she's like, I mean, I didn't mean to, but, she did annoy me, and needless to say, my friends were really pissed because we all got kicked out of the bar because she broke some chick's nose. But yeah, she just, like, apparently it was just total response of, you know, oh, you did this one thing to me, and now I must kick you in the face. And she got kicked in the face. Yeah, exactly, Shock. If all she got was kicked out, then that was a win. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. And, let's see here. Pacola T, when I was a young teen riding the crowded bus, another teen tried to touch Hirokole. I might have injured his kidney with a sharp elbow. Take that. Exactly. And Shock, yeah, exactly. But yeah, if you have to think about it, you're gonna die. It just happens or it doesn't. Right. And that's, yeah. And for her, it just happened. You just, boom, foot in face, nose broken, blood, and now she has to say bye-bye, and she got the heck out of the bar. Or rather, got kicked the heck out of the bar. Yeah, so don't do that, you guys. At least try not to. It's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. But you know what is a good thing? Here's my segue, talking about bars and good things and bad things. This is a good thing right here. What is this? This is this. It's Meili Vodka by Jason Momoa and Blaine Halverson. Jason Momoa and Blaine Halverson. Who the heck are these people? What? Who the heck are these people? Uh-oh. You know what? I don't know if I got, if I did what I did. So, let's see here. Okay. Well, first off, this isn't it. This is it. This is the poster that I got when I went to get the vodka. And on one side of me is Blaine Halverson. He's the guy with the white beard. On the other side of me is this guy that you might know of. His name's Jason Momoa. And he's an actor, in case you don't know. He used to be married to Lisa Bonet, in case you don't know. But now he's not. And this is what he looks like right here. And let's see here. This is what it looked like when I pulled in to go to this little meet and greet where they're selling their vodka, the QFC liquor store. This is the line that I got into basically at the bottom of, this is the line. The end of the line was right about here when I got in the end of the line. So the line already had curved around the building. And, then let's see here. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. We're going to turn because that's what we're going to do. Come on, turn. And then as you can see, the line goes all the way up the front of the building, past the first door, and then continues on into the second door of the grocery store. And so, they definitely had quite the line. It was an event from 2 p.m. until 3:30 p.m. And I got there about 1:45. I knew that I would be getting there with the line being really long, but I also knew I didn't particularly want to stand in line for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours just to be the first one in line. And so those of us who stood in line, we got a little card with a little Q code where we can watch live events, other live signing events. We got a little pin of the vodka. Let's see here. Hold on. How can I do this? Where's the reflection? Well, all right, that's sort of what it looks like. And then we got the poster, and then we got the vodka, and let's see here. Hold on. I don't know if you can see this or not. All right, there we go. That's Jason Momoa's autograph. And that's Blaine Halverson's autograph. I have 2 signed bottles because I bought 6. Because if you bought 6 bottles, you got a poster. Now, this bottle is what's known as a fifth, 750 milliliter, and it was $22. Now, that doesn't include the Washington State taxes. Washington State taxes for booze are pretty insane. Once the taxes were taken into consideration, it was a $30 bottle of booze. But I can't hold the distillery, I can't hold the taxes against the distillery. So the bottle itself was $22. Not a bad deal, actually. And last night, I actually took a little sippy sip. Picola tea, yeah, $22 is pretty reasonable for 750 milliliter. Exactly. And let's see here, Hawaii 5-0 coming in on the YouTube side. Jason's dad, Joe, was your canoe coach paddling 16-year-old Pokai Bay. Yeah, I'm not at all surprised. And hey, Deb Case, we'll see you later. Hawaiian 5-0. Funny you should mention that because I heard Jason Momoa in some interview mention that he is a waterman. And I kind of took umbrage. I was like, you might have played a flippin' lifeguard on TV, little boy, but you ain't no waterman. You're a Hollywood actor who grew up in Iowa, who happens to have Hawaiian blood, but you yourself, you might be Aquaman, but you yourself are not flippin' waterman. And somebody that I know from Hawaii who knows Joe, who knows his dad, was like, well, how about this? They're just like, his dad is such a renowned waterman that he can claim it by birthright. They were willing to admit, like, okay, he's probably not actually, a real waterman. But yeah, but Joe is such a respected waterman on the island that they were just like, we'll let his Hollywood son pretend. But yeah, Joe is a waterman. Jason is Aquaman. 2 different things, in my opinion. Pussycat, it is made from grain. It is not made from potatoes. It is made from grain. It is not made from sugarcane. It is made from grain. It's made in Montana. And it's got, let's see here. It's an aquifer spring. Montana aquifer spring. And yeah, I'm assuming I can't tell you. Oh, no, wait, I can't. Bozeman, Montana, I believe, is where this distillery is. So let's see here. And let's see here. Darlene, you asked me, by the way, how long I stood in line. And I stood in line for about an hour and a half. The whole trip, literally, from start to finish, took 3 hours. I left my house around 1, and I got home around 4. And it took about a half an hour to get there. Took about an hour to get home, or 40 minutes or so to get home. But yeah, I was in line for about an hour and a half. And let's see here. Pussycat, you worked at a liquor store and you were a bartender for many years. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, dude. This bar, no, not this bar. This vodka, as I I did a little test last night, and it is unlike any vodka I've ever tasted in my life. First off, it is the this makes no sense, but this is the deal. The flavor is round. This is a very rounded flavor vodka. And what I mean by it tastes round, what? Is it's got no edge. It's got no sharpness. It's got no alcohol burniness. It finishes smooth. It's just a lot of times when it seems like vodka is smooth, there's still an edge to it, in the sense that like a plane of glass or a frozen pond is smooth, but there's still an edge to it, right? This is smooth and round on the tongue. There's no edge to it. There's almost an aged essence, a maltiness, a sweetness that I've never experienced before in vodka. It has a warmth in its flavor, not just in its effect. It is just amazing. It is, like I said, like no other vodka. And as I said in my little Facebook review last night, it's drinkable, a little too drinkable. Yeah, this bottle could disappear way quicker than anyone intended. And even the people who don't like vodka, I encourage you to, like, if you have an opportunity to try this Meili vodka, give it a sip. I'm not going to say you're going to like it. If you don't like vodka, I'm not going to say, oh, you'll like this vodka. But I will say give it a try, because it is so unlike any other vodka that if you're going to like a vodka, this might be it. So there you go. And Verity, is it truly vodka if it's made from grain? You've never understood that. I do believe it is truly vodka because, well, first off, they say it is, so I'm going to take their word for it. But also, it's an unaged clear liquor, you know? And for the most part, I think that, like, moonshine, for the most part, is kind of, I mean, unless moonshine is made from corn grain sour mash, in which case that's just a whiskey. If it's just made from regular grain and it's moonshine and it's clear and it's unaged, I kind of think that's sort of what vodka is. I mean, obviously you filter it to get it smooth, but basically vodka is just like the unaged clear liquor, right? And then gin is basically vodka with herbs and medicinals added for flavoring. And then whiskey is all that stuff, but put in a barrel to then age and get all the tannins and the darkness and the caramels and caramelizations and the molasses flavors and whatever from the barrel. And I also know that I don't know what I'm talking about, so don't quote me at all. In fact, we might have to go down a rabbit hole and figure out just what the flying fork it is I'm talking about one day. But that's my theory. And yes, Bacola tea, juniper berry is the most common flavoring for gin, but not every gin uses the juniper berry. And so, Pussycat, yes, alcohol content is only 50% of the bottles. Well, actually though, I don't know if that's true, dude. That's 100 proof. For 80 proof, it's only 40% of the bottle. And by the way, this is only an 80 proof bottle of vodka. Unlike, say, Tanqueray, which is a gin. Tanqueray, though, is 90 proof, I believe. Maybe it's 100 proof, but it's stronger. So shot for shot, Tanqueray is going to get you more messed up than this vodka. And 40% should be vodka. Well, you can get 100 proof vodka. That's Smirnoff in the blue label. Smirnoff in the red label is the 80 proof. You can definitely get 50% alcohol vodka. But yeah, 80% is generally what the norm is. And so, let's see here. And yeah, okay, Verity, yeah, isn't the grain, the clear grain stuff just moonshine? Kinda. The difference, though, between moonshine and then actual bottled booze is, like Pussycat was just mentioning, is the proof. So moonshine usually doesn't have a lot of water to water down it. So like moonshine can be 75% alcohol, close to 100% alcohol, can be very, 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 alcohol-y, shall we say, very flammable. How about that? But then once you put, half of it alcohol, half of it water, now suddenly it's 50 proof and it's no longer moonshine. Now it's vodka? Maybe? And exactly, Verity, it's strong enough to blind you. Exactly. And, okay, Shock coming in with some things and stuffuses. If it's made from water and agricultural ethanol, you can call it vodka. Okay. But that leaves me to questions about corn sour mash. Because I know that in order to be a bourbon, you need to have at least 51% sour mash corn for your grain. So, and then I have to wonder, rum is made out of sugarcane. So, how is silver rum not considered vodka? And so, right, rum is made from cane, but how is cane not considered agricultural ethanol? That's, so I'm just very confused. And okay, Hawaii Five-0, it sounds like we will see you next time. Super stoked you could come in, and I'm super stoked that you had a personal connection to Momoa with his dad, the real legit waterman in the family. That's right. And by the way, you guys, if Jason Momoa were here right now, I'd say all of this to his face. In fact, I kind of wanted to say it to his face when I saw him yesterday, but there was no time. It was literally I was probably in Jason's arms for less than 3 seconds. I mean, it was a boom, 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 boom. It was an assembly line situation to get all those people through the line. Rick, by the way, I would say 97% of the people in line were women, yes. But there were actually some dudes that were in line, and not only were they dudes, they were like college-age dudes who I think were just like super comic book nerds. Like they really seemed out of place. I mean, it would be one thing if it was like a whole bunch of gay guys who were just all amped up and whatever. They would have seemed right in place. But these guys, I mean, they might have been gay, they might have been, but they definitely had more the comic book nerd vibe going on with them. And they did not, I mean, they stood out in line. It was kind of funny, actually. And Darlene, did I get to say anything to him? I think I said, thank you for coming to Seattle. I think, honestly, I don't Honestly, I don't really remember. And Rick, no, they were not with their girlfriends. In fact, it was 2 different clusters of them. And see, the thing is this particular QFC, Quality Food Center shopping place, was literally like, it's in the University Village shopping center. It's in the University District of Seattle. The University of Washington, it's basically on the University of Washington's campus. So these were definitely college-age kids that were 2 different clumps of... And it was so sweet and so cute, too, because, like, I overheard one clump of them talking amongst themselves, and, like, they were really surprised that there was such a long line, because they didn't think that, like, anybody knew about it. Because I guess in their circle of friends, nobody knew about it. But I didn't say this to them, but I was just like, oh, honey bunches, never underestimate old women on Facebook and just what they know. Trust me, we were hooked into this days ago. This was not new news to us. But they were very confused. Like, how did so many people know about this? And I also think they were looking at the age level of the people that knew about this, and they were equally concerned, like, how did all these old people know about this? Is basically what I was hearing them say between the lines. And let's see here. Fandom people think us mundanes are not with it. Right, exactly. And it's like, well, we're with it enough to know that we knew to get here earlier than you, because you're behind me in line, but whatever, little boy. And and Pussycat, mix it with some orange juice or something like that, or make some White Russians. Well, actually, don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody what we're gonna do. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take, not this bottle, but a different bottle, to the bar tonight. And we're going to do some research. That's right. We're going to do taste testing shots between this and Tito's to see which is the smoother one. I'm going out on a limb and saying this is the smoother one, but we'll see. It'll be a blind test. And so we'll be doing some shots, and then eventually we will be mixing it with things. Last night I mixed this with my favorite soda pop, the Sprite Limonade, which is the cloudy yellow Sprite, and you couldn't taste, seriously, you could not taste nothing. It was like, there was no hint of alcohol flavor in that beverage. It was a tasty, tasty beverage with no hint of alcohol. And Verity, I don't know why I haven't done that with the bottle that I've already opened, but when this stream is done, I will be putting it in the freezer. Where was my brain last night? What? Yeah, dude. All right, I'll be doing that momentarily. And, let's see here. Oh, good, Gina, you took the opportunity of Vodka Talk to throw a small load of laundry. Dude, do you want to come over to my house and do my laundry? We're not going to talk about it, actually. We're not going to talk about the laundry. Yeah, we're not going to talk about the laundry. So, in fact, I went into my laundry room earlier today, which is also my bathroom, and it was just like, what on earth did I do here? What on earth did I do here? And then shock, any remaining flavor will be gone once you put it in the freezer. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Like I said, it's got this almost, for lack of a better word, a malt flavor. And I mean that in a very good way. It's sort of the effect that makes it taste round. And I know, I sound like I'm on LSD. Well, it tastes round, man. I mean, can't you smell the colors, dude? But I can't think of any other way to describe it other than it tastes round. Round. Yeah. There we have it. Yeah, what is that? Synesthesia or whatever for the win? Or F the world? That's it. That's it. And Pussycat, you are reading my mind. Did I do a Lono break tonight? Not yet. But I was just about to. Because here's the deal. That's what she does. And I'm her.
I'm just so amazed at how she makes me feel every day. Little bit of this, little bit of that. She's like a cat scratching up my back. She's got her claws in me now. Accidentally, incidentally, I don't know just how it happened. She's got a groove I respect so well. Don't ask me how it started. I was sitting there so broken hearted, looking for a trace of that smile she left on my face. That's what she does. 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 She can take a frown, turn it upside down and inside out. She can take a hurricane, make the day all nice again. Lives in reality, been there, done that, 1, 2, 3. She can please a man and a few women too. Being single likes to mingle with the best of the best. What's your position, mommy? Just a little lower now. That's what she does. 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 Wow. Recognize me now, yeah, that's me over there, trying to get a glimpse of that girl, that girl, that. What am I supposed to do? Cause she's moving and a grooving, cooking up a recipe. Even Sam Choi would like puree, puree, gravy, gravy. She serves it up so well, yeah, my appetite is overwhelming. Give me some desserts, baby, make it hurt, and I'll be back for more of that kick and glide. Give me 2 more tens, we're gonna pick it up again. Number 3, you call it, just keep it smooth. That's what she does. 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 When the dance is over and she comes to me so freely with her arms open wide, she's taking me inside. Watch out, thinking that I had it easy. Then she says, oh please excuse me, who is that guy right behind of you? I was in shock, thinking, hey, what's up? I was tossing and turning, and my girlfriend woke me up. That's what she does. 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 That's what she does.
right, there we have it. That's What She Does by Lono and Andy Bumatai. Song by Lono, video by Andy. I figured we haven't seen Andy for a while. We haven't seen that video for a while, so I thought I'd steal it off the interwebs and play it for you guys. By the way, while we were watching that video, I went and put the open bottle in the freezer, just like all y'all told me to. But while we were watching this video, Verity comes in with peppered vodka with jalapeno, steeped overnight, strained, and served in a martini glass. Kehan, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Kehan Martini, they called it. Okay, no. Now, first off, that sounds like something that lots of people would love. I'm afraid of hot spicy, so I'm gonna have to say, you can have mine. But that does sound like it would be super good because basically it's just flavored vodka and yum. But it reminds me of this one drink that they used to serve at the Dilettante Chocolate Factory. Dilettante Chocolates are a chocolate place in Seattle, or it's a chocolate company in Seattle that for a while had a very strange, very strange business besides making candies that oddly enough actually worked. So somebody got this bright idea to like have a bar and a dessert place all in one. That's it. It's like, what do you serve? Booze and cake. What? You serve booze and cake. It's what we serve. You don't like it, don't come. But if you like booze and or cake, we've got you covered. Booze and cake. We will serve nothing but booze and cake, which is what they did. They served booze and cake. And I gotta say, they were remarkably successful for a long time. And I used to go there for their favorite, for their famous chocolate martinis. And Pussycat, what about ice cream? I believe they did have ice cream, you could get it with your cake. And I'm sure they probably had a boozy ice cream whateverness, but I didn't have the boozy ice cream whateverness. I had their chocolate martini. And do you guys know how to make a chocolate flippin' martini? It is the most disgusting sounding thing. Like, whoever decided this was a good idea, they're my new favorite person, because it sounds awful, but the result is divine. Basically, you take a glop of the Dilettante chocolate sauce, and you put a bunch of vodka in with a bunch of ice, and you shake it until the chocolate sauce and the vodka are all mixed together, and they look like chocolate milk at that point, and then through a strainer in a chilled martini glass. And so literally all you're drinking is chocolate sauce with vodka. The drink's ingredients are nothing but chocolate sauce and vodka. To say it is a hangover waiting to happen is an understatement. But oh Lord, did those go down easy. They are dangerous. Dangerous. And yeah, Darlene, oh, that sounds yummy. Oh, it is. In fact, I'm kind of bummed that I thought about this because I don't need another way or reason to drink this vodka. And chocolate sauce with vodka in ice, in a shaker, strain, martini glass. That's a chocolate martini, my friends. And whoever thought of putting chocolate sauce in vodka, I don't know if I should bless them or curse them, but yeah. Needless to say, there were times when I walked out of the booze and cake store without walking in a straight line. Yeah, so I don't know who thought booze and cake was a good idea, but it was a good idea. Chocolate martinis on top of that, also a good idea. Obviously, they served a lot of coffee. I mean, basically, I can only assume that the concept was like, for late night, post-meal, let's go get our dessert, an after-dinner cocktail, maybe some coffee. I can only assume that was like the inspiration that this blossomed from. But yeah, it was a restaurant that was basically devoted to booze and cake. So that's not what the restaurant was called. The restaurant was not called Booze and Cake, but it might as well have been. All right, so one thing that I alluded to earlier today when I saw that Pussycat was here, and right, and Pussycat, you got chocolate in my vodka. No, you got vodka in my chocolate. Perhaps that's exactly how that happened. And then they shook it all up, and yeah, they had a couple other flavors too, although I don't know that they had a peanut butter chocolate one. They did have a caramel chocolate one that was essentially the same diff. All of them delicious, but the chocolate martini one was the best. But Pussycat, you know what I'm going to talk about. If Pussycat's in the house and I'm talking to Pussycat, you know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about Leo. Okay, so you guys, for those who don't know, I have a stray cat named Leo that Pussycat named Leo because Pussycat knew his name and I didn't. I tried a bunch of names before that and none of them made Leo happy. But as soon as I called Leo Leo, he looked at me and meowed. We came to the agreement that Leo was his name. It's been a little while now since Leo has been a part of my life. However, he is just an adjacent part of my life. Like he comes and goes as he pleases. But I am going to go out on a limb and say this winter, hold on, I can't tell what cat just came in. I think it might be Leo, actually. It might be Dusty. Anyway, all right, the lighting is just off enough over there. I can't tell who it is. But I'm going out on a limb and saying that Mr. Leo is going to fully adopt himself into the family this winter. And the reason why I say that is because last night I came home from the Momoa situation, and he was, of course, in his usual top of the tree tower, sleeping. He slept very well. He got up, he went to go to the back door to go outside, and I opened the back door for him, and he took one look outside and saw how awful it was. It was raining, it was cold last night, it was windy, it was not a good outside time. He took one look outside and then looked at me, and then he looked at Dusty, and then he just sat down in the kitchen. So I shut the door because I didn't want the door open because it was flipping cold. So then him and Dusty had a little kissy face moment, and then I went to the front door and Leo followed me to the front door. So I was like, okay, okay, you do want to go out. So he went out for approximately 1.5 seconds and then came right back in the front door and was like, oh, heck no. And then he hopped up onto the chair and found my sweatshirt that I just thrown on the chair, and he just curled up and went back to sleep in my sweatshirt. So I'm thinking that the colder it gets, the more we're going to see Leo. And then, but then the final cherry on top was when he finally woke up and I fed him some wet food, and then he went back to the back door, but he clearly didn't want to go out. Instead, he found a piece of spaghetti, uncooked spaghetti, and he ended up playing with the spaghetti like a little kitten and playing with this string that he found, and he basically was the most playful I had ever seen him. Like, actually, I'd never seen him play. As far as I was concerned, he didn't know how to play. But no, he knew how to play, and he was playing with the little spaghetti and playing with the little string that was hanging down, and he was perfectly content amusing himself inside where it was warm. So I think I'm gonna pull out one of my cat toys that the other cats have gotten tired of and see if he likes to chase the ball around the ring or whatever. But yes, Pulani, he felt safe enough to play. He felt warm and cozy enough that he didn't want to go back outside where it was not warm and cozy enough. And he is getting now to the age where I'm not surprised that this is happening. I have adopted many stray cats in my neighborhood, and as they get to be around 5 or 6 years old, they start realizing, yeah, you know, sleeping inside, there's something to be said for sleeping inside. These old kitty bones kind of enjoy the warmth of the inside instead of the cold of the outside. And so I'm not at all surprised that he has decided maybe it's time to be moving on in. And Pussycat, you bet there's no more mice. Oh, honey bunches, mice are the last things we worry about here. It's the rats, and trust me, there are still rats. Do you know how I know there's still rats? Okay, so here's the deal. I woke up in the middle of the night to a crashing sound of whateverness. I didn't really know what, and I didn't really care. Once the crashing stopped and there was no continual crashing, I rolled over and went back to sleep. I knew my cats were doing something. I didn't know what. I didn't want to go find out. Well, later on, I woke up, had to go to the bathroom, saw that they knocked over a lot of my DVD or CDs off of my CD rack, but I was a little confused about that, but I wasn't too concerned about. Easy enough to clean up. Went to the bathroom and then noticed that one of my cats was sitting on the bathroom counter looking up at the door. At the top of the door, looking up at the top of the door. At the door. He's looking up at the top. She was looking up at the top of the door. Well, I didn't have my glasses on, but even I could see, like, there is something on the top of my bathroom door. I wasn't sure if it was a bird. I wasn't really sure what it was. So I was like, all right, I better go figure this out. And then I was like, oh, this must be why there was chaos anyway. So I got my glasses, went, and there's this huge black rat on the top of my flipping door. At this point, the black rat is just like, oh shoot, everybody knows where I'm at now. The cat can see me, the human can see me. I need to figure out a way. And so I'm like, oh shoot, what am I gonna do? So I grabbed a towel, grabbed the rat, threw the rat outside. The cats went after the rat. I don't know what happened to the rat after that. Either way, I'm hoping that once Mr. Leo moves in the house, he will teach the cats what to do with the rats, which is, you kill them. You don't bring them into the house alive. You kill them first. And I know that that's a horrible, horrible thing to maybe if someone just tuned in and then just only heard me with no context. Kill them! Kill them before you bring them in the house. That sounds really horrible, but we're talking about cats and we're talking about rats, and so context, just gotta remember the context, people. And so yes, Leo needs to teach them how to do their job better than they've been doing their job. Because they certainly know how to catch them, and they eventually kill them, but they like to play with them first. And when they play with them, that's when they flippin' get lost in my house and eat up my dishwasher from the inside out. For those of you who aren't familiar with the start of this stream, well, it started with the dishwasher saga. And the dishwasher was eaten by a rat, no longer to ever be used again. And Picolati, exactly, no live vermin in the house, please, just no. And Kylo found a possum last night in your backyard. Well, possums actually are pretty good to have. I mean, they're freaky. I don't like looking at them. But possums, they eat a lot of ticks. They eat a lot of fleas. Apparently, they can't get rabies. They're immune to rabies or something. Well, don't quote me on. Look that one up. don't quote me on, look that one up. But I do know that they eat a bunch of ticks. I do know that they're like, ticks are their, maybe they don't get Lyme disease. That might be what it is. Let's go with that one. They don't get Lyme disease. They might get rabies. They might not. I don't know. But, oh, you don't want them around your pond. Oh, do they eat fishies? I didn't know that possums ate fishies. Not surprised if they do. I know that raccoons eat the fishies, which is why when I had a pond full of fish in my backyard, I stopped putting fish in my pond because the raccoons were stoked, dude. They had a fresh sushi bar every night and a fresh bath. They were super stoked. So yeah, I had to stop doing that because it got expensive feeding them koi every night. Yeah. And Fuzzy Cat, you just don't want to find out if the possums eat fish. Yeah, I feel like they don't, but I absolutely don't know what I'm talking about. And possums aren't too bad, says Darlene. They eat a lot of bugs, but you had a dog that took one on too. You saved him before he got taken out by one pissed off possum. Really? A possum fought back instead of playing dead? That is crazy. I've never heard of that. But Verity coming in. Oh yeah, opossums eat everything. And by the way, Verity, good for you using that opossum, because it really is, they are actually opossums. Yeah, I know you say possum, whatever, but Verity spelled it right. And she's so smart. She spelled it right. And Rick, thank you so much for giving Darlene that gift sub. 24 months in a row now. All right, you guys, before Pussycat does this, because he's going to do it soon, we've got 1 minute left till the bottom of the hour, which means we're going to wrap things up. Hopefully we're going to see each other on Saturday. We're going to see each other on Saturday at Satterbox at the Cinema, 6 p.m. West Coast time. And we're going to be watching The Haunted Mansion. Wait, what? We watched that last week. We did. We're going to be watching a different version of Haunted Mansion this week. This is the original version with Eddie Murphy. It's not nearly as long as the version last week. And from what I've seen, it is a very different movie. I mean, there's similar plot points, but how they get there and to those plot points, very different movie. So even though it's the same, it's totally different, right? All right. And so, Pussycat, it's time? Oh my God, it's time. That is right. It is time. So, time to say goodbye. Time to say thank you guys for hanging out and reminding me to put this in the freezer. And thank you so much for the gift subs, the resubs, the hanging out, the chatter, any kind of gift, donation, etc. biddies that you gave yesterday, today, in the future. I thank you guys so much. And Rick is going to be freezing his Okole off at the cabin this weekend, low into the 20s. Rick, you better bring some vodka to keep yourself warm and bring yourself a cozy sweater. That's right. All right. So on that note, we're going to say Happy Halloween, which I guess we can say on Saturday too. And yeah, hope to see you on Saturday. Thank you so much. Oh, that's right, Rick. You bring your rum, maybe some butter, and so you can have hot buttered rum. And Darlene, being the smarter of the two in this couple, I'm not going up to freeze. I'm staying home. So hopefully we will see you on Saturday, Darlene. And hopefully Rick will stay cozy. All right. Thanks so much for hanging out, you guys. We will see each other soon. Take care.